Welcome to another Monday music lesson with Floyd Music School. In this episode, and many to follow, Jen and her student, Liam, have chosen to share with you Liam's journey into learning the piano. This lesson will allow you, as the audience, to join Liam as he progresses starting at the very beginning. I want to give a special thanks to Liam for allowing us to share his progress with all of you.
All right, so very first thing, you're looking really good at the piano. You want to sit tall and straight. I like to sit, and it's totally up to you for now, but I encourage you to sit so that your feet are on the floor, because you want to kind of have your legs and your feet holding you up and not necessarily the bench, because at some point we're going to add, that's right, we're going to add the pedals, and if you're way back far away from them, you can't reach them in a good way. Okay, and we'll talk about that down the road. That's not right away. When you guys practice at home, what kind of piano do you have at your house to play on?
We have...
Is it a keyboard?
Yeah, my mom has a keyboard, and at my great-grandmother's house, we have like a piano like this.
Okay, so you're used to playing on both kinds.
Yeah.
So weighted keys mean that you can play soft or loud. It means however your touch is at the keyboard, you can do that. Okay, that's good.
That's how it is at my great-grandmother's house as well.
Good. That's really important. Not that a beginner has to have a weighted keyboard, but it makes it easier because your fingers and arms and hands are getting stronger as you play, because you actually can play soft or loud on here without adjusting a volume setting, right? So that means your arms and fingers are going to get stronger just from playing the piano. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You're going to get strong hands and strong fingers just from learning to play the piano.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yep.
So you're sitting good. Look at this boy here. See how he's got his back straight and his feet are using the pedals, which we don't have to do that yet. But his arm, what letter does that look like to you? Oh boy, it looks like your name, Liam. It looks like an L. So your arms and hands, if you're too close to the piano, they scrunch up like this, and I call that looking like a T-Rex, little arms. And if you're too far back, you're looking like I say a zombie. Or do you know who Frankenstein is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know it's the arms like this. So we want L for Liam. That's exactly right. That's perfect. Now we've got how you're sitting. We have your arms in the L shape, L for Liam. Now we have to talk about your hands. See how this is kind of in a nice curve? Almost like, have you ever held a baby chick?
Mm-hmm.
Or a baby bunny, and you kind of have to cover it like this so it doesn't hop out? Like that. And that's how your hands go on the piano. I want to be able to, if I were to stick a pencil or my finger under here, I could slide it under there and there would be space. We don't want this, no flat. So that looks really nice. And you'll probably forget, everybody does, because it isn't natural for us to have this curve in our hands. There isn't much that we do where we curve our fingers like that. So I'll just remind you, we'll talk about making sure your hands are curved, okay? We'll just keep doing that. So keep your hands up there. I want to go through this page, and then we'll start playing on the piano. You know what your heartbeat feels like. Everything has a beat. All music, all sound has a beat. Sometimes it's fast. Sometimes it's slow, but it's always steady. And that's really important. Have you ever tapped your foot along to the music? Or clapped along to music? That's you feeling the beat. And that's what we call it in music. We call it the rhythm or the beat to a song. Now, very important, let's talk about how your piano is set up, how it looks. When we look at the keys, I see two colors. Do you? Two?
Black and white.
Yep, black and white. Then, after you notice the colors of the keys, there's a pattern. Have you ever noticed that looking at the piano?
Yes. Off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure it's like a normal one, just like white, black, white, white, black, black, white, black, 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 and it just keeps going like that.
You're telling me exactly what I wanted you to say, and I'll help you say it a little bit more concise. Look at the black keys especially. There's two. And then what do you see?
3.
And then
2.
and
3,
then
2, 3, 2, 3, 2.
exactly all the way up. When we go this way, we call that going up the piano. And when we go down this way, it's the same pattern.
Yeah.
And this way we're going down.
But then there's just 1 there.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You are great. You're helping me remember what I need to tell you or remind you of. So this is 2, so this would be
1.
This would be 3, right? And it's only 1. That was really clever of you to notice that. And that's important because the pattern of the black keys helps us know the name of the white keys.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll talk about that down the road. The first thing we want to do is get your hands strong and being able to your fingers to play and let go of the keys. So we're going to practice that first. And before we learn a song, I want to show you this right here. Technically, I know that your thumb, our thumbs aren't really considered fingers, but for piano, we have 5 fingers on each hand, and we're going to include the thumb as a finger. So thumbs are number 1. So if I've got 5 fingers and thumbs are 1, what are my pointer fingers, my index fingers? 1s, 2s, and my middle fingers are 3.
4, 5.
That's right. Another thing that I want you to notice, are your hands like this? Or are they like this? Do they look at each other?
They're like this.
That's right. It's a reflection of each other. So our thumbs are together, our 1s are together, and then our 5s are on the outside. Your 5 is up high, and your left 5 is down low. You know your right and left. Yes?
Left.
Perfect. That's really important because both hands are going to be playing, and we have to know which hand is doing which note at the piano. Good for you. This is going to be great, Liam. You're already having a great start. All right, so when you get your book and bring it here, we'll put stickers in it. We're borrowing mine today, so we're just going to skip up to the first song. And we have 2 more things to learn, and then I promise we can start playing.
Okay.
The very most important first note we need to learn is called the quarter note. And it has a little black head and a stem on it. That's our beat. That's the note we count by.
And that's a rest.
That is a rest. See, good for you. That's called a quarter note rest. So it gets 1 beat of silence. So this is sound, 1 beat of sound, 1 beat of silence. Something special just for beginners in this particular place in our where we're learning. When the stems are going down, it's the down low notes. So that means these are for your left hand. And one of the things I like about teaching beginner piano is we're going to play on the black keys for a little while just to get your hand up on the keys and get used to the muscle and the action of playing before we slide down and work on the white keys and learning the names of the notes. And you're going to start with LH for Liam. Not really, for left hand. And we're going to put, remember this is 4.
4, 3, 2.
Perfect. And this page is only your left hand. You see how all the stems are down?
Yes.
And I like to count the rests. We're going to say the numbers of our fingers as we play just to remind us which finger we're playing on which key. And when we get to the rest, you can either say rest or
And at my school, like when we have our music class, I'm pretty sure we're gonna learn like some of like what like these sounds are because since we're in 4th grade this year, we are learning and starting our recorders.
Nice. Oh, that's fun. So you're going to learn the fingering. So I play the flute. So a recorder is kind of a flute going up and down and a flute's off to the side. That's great. That's going to be really good. You'll be able to develop your ear and hear the sounds of the notes while you're doing both piano and recorder at school. And definitely, you're going to learn exactly the same things we're talking about here because that's what's great about music. Once you learn to read the notes and know the keys on the piano, you can play any instrument. You just have to learn a new instrument. So piano's really cool. Love that about piano. It helps us to know how to read the music and then we can learn to play recorder, violin, guitar, trumpet. Okay? So you've got your left hand right where it needs to be, 4, 3, 2. And remember how we talked about keeping that. Oh, another good way, I said baby chick or baby bunny. Sometimes I ask people to pretend like they're going to throw a ball. You don't throw a ball like this. You throw a ball with a straight arm, but a curve. That's right. So if you pretend you're throwing a ball and then put your hands down on the piano, that's about the right curve in your fingers that you need. You want your fourth finger on that note. So we've got 4, 3, 2, and we're going to go nice and slow. And this one starts on finger 2, and we're going to play 2, 3, 4, rest. And I'll say the numbers with you while you're playing. And I want you to keep your eyes looking up here, because this is your map. This is sort of how you're driving. When you're driving your car, are you looking down and texting? So you're keeping your eyes looking out the window when you're driving? That's good, because then you know where you're going. Are you driving already? Oh. I'm teasing you.
But I have drove like a little mini bike and a lawnmower before.
Then you know.
Yeah.
You can't be looking down here.
No.
You have to see where you're going, and this is our windshield or our looking out place, so we know where we're headed. And right here will tell you exactly what to play. And then your brain will tell your hand what note to push down. All right, so we're going to play My Dog Spike. And remember, quarter notes are just ding, ding, ding.
So
Or
the
just
first
one
one,
beat.
it would go. It'd go.
Put your thumb up here and you'll have a little stronger hand. There you go. 3. Good, but you want to let it go each time you play it. Yes, and I want you to use your fourth finger. So you're going to use your 2. That's good, Liam. And then we'll count the rest as either sh or rest. And I think it's better for your brain, for everybody, not just you. I'll say you, but I mean everybody. If we slow down just a little bit, since this is new and we haven't played this before, I want to slow us down just a little bit to give us time for your eye to read that, tell your brain what finger it is, and then your brain to tell your finger to play it. So let's slow down just a little bit and do it about this speed. Listen to me for a second. We're going to go 1, 2, ready, go, and we'll play it like this. That make sense?
Yeah.
I'll count you off. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. That was perfect.
Thank you.
Very well done. Good for you. So now we've done that with your left hand. Guess what we're going to do next? We have to keep them even. We have to keep both hands equally strong as each other, right? But remember, this hand, your thumb is at the top. On this hand, your thumb is at the bottom. So our fingers, if we're going to play the same tune, we're going to actually on our right hand start with our fourth finger.
So it would be rest. Rest.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Nicely done. So let's pretend that even though these are two separate songs, let's play the left-hand side. And after the rest, just go right into playing the right-hand side.
Yeah, because when it sounded like, I felt like it would be like a connected thing.
I think so too. It feels like that to me. And then, after we do that, see these little tiny notes at the bottom right here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sit with you and we're going to play a duet. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Okay, left hand's going to start, and I'm going to count you off because I want you to make sure you keep it nice and slow and steady, not too fast, okay? Get your thumbs up there so you can have a nice curve. That looks better. Good for you. 1, 2, ready, go. It's okay. Let's do it again. It's not a big deal. No big deal. We're going to do it again, and I'll help you. I'll say the notes with you, and that'll help you keep right where you need to be.
So 4.
That's right.
Okay.
2, 3. Just remember your 2s are right next to your thumbs. Okay. And a good thing to remember is, do these fingers seem a little weaker than these fingers? They are, right? Because we eat. We hold a fork or a spoon with our thumb and our stronger fingers. We throw a ball with our stronger fingers. Brush our teeth. I hope you do. You brush your teeth?
Yeah.
I hope you do. Okay, good. Brush your teeth with these fingers. When do we ever really use these little guys? Not much. So they're going to get nice and strong playing the piano. Oh, I know when they get nice and strong. Have you ever milked a goat? Okay, well that would work too. But I think piano's probably easier, so we'll just stick with this. Okay. Okay. You ready? I'm going to count you off. 1, 2. Ready? Go.
2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4.
Right hand stand. Get your thumbs up there so you have a nice curve. Ready? Go. Nicely done, Liam. Very nice. Now I'm going to grab my glasses so I can see the little tiny notes. And if you will, instead of playing right here, if you'll just move up to the next set of 3s, right here, sweetie. There you go. And I'm going to sit with you, next to you. See my little notes here? We're going to have our first duet. Does it sound fun? My part's going to sound different than yours, so you're still going to have to focus on your notes up here, and I'll play along with you. But just so you're not surprised what my part sounds like, would you like to hear it? Okay, here's my part. 1, 2, here I go. That was the left hand part. Guess what the right hand part sounds like? The exact same thing. So I'll just play that.
A little louder.
But it'll be with you playing your right hand instead of your left hand. Want to try it with me?
Sure. I just don't know what like the
You don't have to look at these notes. These are just for me. You're still going to look at your big black notes that are on top here. This is just for me to play. That's the part I just played for you. And together, we'll have a really cool song. Get your thumbs up there. There you go. We're going to do the exact same thing.
That one I do my left and then I do my right.
That's right. We can take a little pause to regroup. It's okay. We don't have to be in a hurry. That's it. You've got it.
Oh, so 4, 3, 2. Oh, okay.
Yay.
I understand.
I love
so
it.
much more
Love
now.
it when the light bulb comes on. Make sure you put your thumbs up here. You're doing great, Liam. Let's do it together. I'll count us off like we've been doing, and I'll do my part. And it's okay if we make a mistake. We haven't played this before together, right? We can always start over. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. It's okay. We're going to start over. No big deal. I'll say your numbers with you to help you. Okay, you ready? 2, 3, 4. That's it. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. Right hand string, that was great. You did it.
Thank you.
And remember, right hand starts on 4, so we start at the top on 4. That's it. You got it. My part's still the same, so nothing's going to sound different. Just remember, put your thumbs up there so your hand stays curved. And just relax that. That looks really good. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, rest. 2, perfect.
Thank you.
Yay, well done. All right, relax your hands. Give yourself a little relaxing moment. That was really well done, Liam. So when you have your book next week, I'll make sure we put stickers in there, and that lets us know you've completed 2 songs already. Good for you. I'm excited. Shall we turn the page?
Sure.
Want to try something new? Oh boy. Merrily, we're off to school. Are you happy when you get up and get ready to go to school?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. Now come back down here because we're
But
gonna.
this one we're doing both.
That's right. So come back down here where we were before we had our duet time.
So,
That's great. That looks really nice. So we'll look through it before you play it because there's a couple new things I want you to hear and see before we play, okay? There's a blue box here. Have you looked at that kind of note before? Do you know what that is? It's called a whole note,
what kind of note?
and it gets held down for 4 beats. In other words, this one note is the same amount of time as 4 quarter notes.
So right there on 4, that would be like. Do I do like? Would I do right
Well,
and left?
This one says, see how the stems are going up and it says RH? So on this song, our right hand starts, and over here it says left hand. So this would be the 4th finger of your left hand for that whole
So then
note.
that would be just.
And then you let go. That's
And what are
perfect.
those?
Those are special notes that really aren't in any music, just in this book to help us kind of have a little fun thing to do. That means to play all 3 fingers at the same time. There is no musical term for that because it's not really in music. But in this book, when they're colored in together like that, that means you're going to play them at the same time. Just to see how the stem's down, so it'll be your left hand.
Would you do it quickly?
You would know, same as a quarter note.
Oh, like that. Okay.
That's supposed to be the honking of the bus.
Oh, what I thought at first it was just like.
Oh, okay. No, since it's squished together like this, colored in, that means you're going to smush them together and play them at the same time. I call them chunks. I don't know why. That's a weird word to use, but I call these chunky notes when we play them like this. And this, in this particular song, it's supposed to be the honking of the horn, like saying, "Come on, Liam, hurry up. The bus is ready to go." Right? The horn honk. So let's go slowly. We learned about the whole note, which is at the end of the song. We're going to start with right hand because the stems are going up.
So it'd be.
And you already remember that finger 4 is at the top. We can also see it's at the top. See how they go down to the lower note and then go back up? It's the same thing on the piano. We're going down
So like
and going back up.
right there until the rest. If I'm pretty sure it would go like. It would go.
So that's exactly it.
Okay.
Good for you. I'm going to start. What if I point? Will that help you? Keep your eyes looking up here. Let me do that. And I'll get my pointer out next time. So I've got a nice long pointer, but we'll do the piano for today. 1, 2, ready, go. And we go to left hand. It's okay. We'll do the rest. And 3, 4. Just the 4 by itself.
4. Okay, so that'd be.
4. Whole note. That's another little trick I do. When you say your finger number and then a whole note that adds up to 4 altogether, then I know I'm done holding that note out after I say all that. It was really, really good for the first time through.
Thank you.
Really good. Can we play it again?
Sure.
Okay. I like keeping it that slow. Can I count you off and we'll keep it that
Sure.
slow? And you remembered your thumbs. All right. 1, 2. Right hand starts.
Mm-hmm.
left hand. That was really good, Liam. There's one note right here. See how this says a 3 and then another 3 after it? And that's okay, we'll get it. You want to try the duet? Shall we do another duet together? I'd like to. So you're going to be, that's exactly right, you'll be there. And I'll play my part. My part, I'm just going to tell you ahead of time, it's very similar to what we just did on the other page. My part doesn't change very much. So your right hand will start, right? This one will start. You good?
Yeah, it's just a
Does
little,
it make you nervous,
yeah,
me sitting here with you?
No, it's just a little difficult. Cause like
Oh, from moving up from
yeah,
here to there?
It's just because like this is right hand and like
It's still your right hand.
yeah, like
we
I'm
just
having
moved.
to read it through this, but then like I'm using my other hand.
No, you're not using your other hand. You're still using your
This
right
hand.
hand. The only thing we did was we could play the same song down here on these 3. We could play it here on these 3, or here, which is where you just learned it, or we can move it just 1 octave higher. That's what we call an octave. When you move to the same note, just higher or lower, it's called an octave. And you're going to put your fingers, and it's exactly the way. It's like the piano is only this big now, and you're going to play in this section instead. Okay? All right, you want to try it? And your right hand starts. I'll count us off nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. That's okay. Now let's do your chunks. Let's do these guys. Ready, go. Rest. Very nice.
Thank you.
Good work. So you put more sticker on your pages when you have your book next week, okay? All right, so next week, let's start here, but this week while you're at home, why don't you play through what we've already worked on and done, just
I'll
to
practice this
review.
one.
Review what a quarter note is, review what a quarter note rest is, review what a whole note is and what that means, and then we can look in here. I'll tell your mom, there's a really fun page on here where in your book it'll be blank and we'll draw around your fingers to help you practice which finger is what number. Plus, since this is your first lesson, and in 10 years from now when you're playing the Moonlight Sonata, we'll be able to look back and see what your hands looked like when you were Liam. And what grade are you in? 4th. Liam in 4th grade's hands compared to Liam in college's hands look like. That'd be kind of fun. You like that idea? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then I will see you next week. And we'll keep going. We're going to learn new songs next week, okay?